Yo, 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 what is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Nathan. I am a 25-year-old runner currently living in Seattle and training for a sub 130 half marathon attempt at the Eugene Half Marathon in just under 7 weeks time. I think it's the last weekend in April, so it's coming up. Today is Thursday, March 12th. So yeah, we don't got too much time left. But nevertheless, I wanted to take you guys again through another day, morning, kind of in the life and run this video. And also, of course, for the T-Talk today, talking about why the physical side of running isn't the hardest part. It's actually the mental. So I'll get into that over there once I have my tea. Chewing on a cough drop right now, if you can't tell. Just got a little bit of a sore throat, so hoping that goes away soon. But we do need to fuel up before our interval session today. So let's go do that. And of course, we put our tea to boil. Got that sweet and spicy, original flavored herbal and black tea, as always. This will actually probably help my throat a lot. So I don't make the rules, and we're rocking with the Japan mug today. God, something as simple as this can make me so happy. It's amazing. And then for the food of choice, as per usual, the last few weeks, we got a banana and we got some medjool dates. Probably just go with like 2 of these guys, maybe. I don't know. All right, the tea has been poured. We'll let that cool off for a bit and attack the snacks. It's a little tricky. It's the first time, man. Come on. Shit. Yeah, whatever. You know what? We're actually gonna do a stick of element today. Because why the hell not? There we go. Element, if you're watching this video, I've been so loyal to you. Just send a box over. Why don't you? Like, I'm not begging, but like, you know, there's no ice in the ice maker, so unfortunately this will be kind of luke cold. Is that a term? Still really good though. If this stuff is good when the water's not piping cold, it's a good product. Yeah, and then we just got our dates. All right, snacks down. Time to see you guys over for the T-Talk. Alrighty then. We have made it to the couch, people. It is, or it was daylight savings on Sunday, which is why it's still pretty dang dark out this morning. So if the lighting's a little dark, I couldn't really film much later. So you're gonna have to deal with it for this video and maybe the next few, but that's okay. We got our tea here. Solid as always. And hopping straight into the topic of today's video, which is about the mental side of running and why the physical part is not actually the hardest. It is the mental. And I kind of wanted to bring up an example from the past and kind of intertwine it into, use it just as like an example or metaphor, whatnot, for, I guess just to prove my point is what I'm saying. But yeah, a lot of runners, a lot of endurance athletes, even athletes in general, of course it does depend on the sport, but for a lot of people, the physical side of things usually is a bit more difficult per se at the beginning of someone's training. But once you really get into the depths of your training, that mental side, that emotional side, it becomes really, really difficult. It's not just about, the one really hard workout that you're worried about. It's about the consistency, day in, day out, putting in time, putting in effort, that gets to be really, really hard and exhausting. And that's why the mental side is really important. You have to have the ability to stick with it, stay strong mentally, and get through those times. And the example that I wanted to use, I guess, was with my Ironman prep. If you guys don't know, I did an Ironman about, when was it? This was 2021. Jeez, that was almost 5 years ago. That I was starting training for an Ironman, my first ever one. I had never done any sort of endurance sports before this. I hated running growing up. I was just kind of bored during COVID, to be honest, and wanted a little bit of a challenge. But I remember one day, kind of towards the end of my training regime, I think it was an 8-month block, and this was like month 6 or 7, and I had I think it was an 18-mile long run that day, but I split it up into 12 miles in the morning, 6 miles in the evening. And I had already run this distance, if not more, at this point. So that evening run, it wasn't really anything to do with the physical side of things. Of course, I was, tired from that morning. My body was physically, like beat down a bit, but it was nothing that I hadn't done before. But I remember I literally broke down crying in that run because I was so mentally drained and exhausted from the training I had been putting in for 6 straight months, every single day, maybe with a rest day here and there, but usually multiple workouts a day because you're doing running, biking, and swimming. All of this, while in school or having a part-time job, and putting the pressure on myself to try to get that time goal that I wanted. So I just felt like there was so much pressure on me, honestly, just fully internally. But yeah, I remember breaking down. I was like, this is the absolute worst. I don't know if I can do this. But with that being said, I did finish out the run. Of course, a walk here and there because it was pretty painful. But that's all to say, the mental side of things can get really, really tough. They can get really, really exhausting. Just being able to put in work day in and day out is what makes sports like this really difficult. But it's also kind of what makes you love it as well. Finding the reward at the end of the journey, the end of a long journey, depending on what you're going for. So yeah, it's a tough thing to get through, but it's a really good feeling when you make it out on the other side. And I think a lot of people will say this about sports, but this idea that showing up is literally the hardest part of any sort of, sport-based challenge, even just life in general too. But you got to show up, you got to put the time in. Seattle, as you guys probably know, is not the best in the wintertime. Pretty rainy, pretty cloudy, pretty dreary, and you can get pretty cold too. So I'm not motivated. I don't want to go out and run in those conditions, but I feel like I owe it to myself. I feel like I owe it to, people who don't have the opportunity to do this. It's kind of just ingrained in me that I need to do this to become just a better individual. And of course it doesn't have to be running. You can do this with whatever sort of activity you want to do, to kind of train yourself mentally with all this consistency and time and effort. But yeah, I remember, it was literally just yesterday where it was pouring down rain in the morning and I did not want to go whatsoever. I hate the rain and I live in Seattle. I know that's a big problem. We're almost out. We're almost out of the winter time. But yeah, I lacing up my shoes. I was like, I do not want to be here right now. I just want to go home and start work and stay inside. But after building up the routine and the repetition that I've done, especially over this past year, it's started to become a bit more automatic for me, where it doesn't require as much per se discipline. But even then, for someone like me who has built up that much discipline, it was still so hard to get out there yesterday. And that's purely just a mental battle, right? it's cold, it's windy, it's wet, but I have the time, I have the resources, I am fueled properly, I had enough sleep. But even just getting out there, that first step was not fun, but you got to get through those moments. We did it. We started the run. It was pretty crappy those first few miles, but then it felt like it got a little better. I got in my groove. The music was absolutely bumping, and we ended up having a pretty decent time. Got back to the car, still just freezing and wet, but I did really feel really good about myself. The endorphins were flowing a little bit, and I was like, today was like a small win. I don't know if my fitness per se improved or anything like that, but I got back to the car and I was like, fuck yeah, I did that. Let's go start our day on a really good note. And that also ties into this idea of consistency being much more difficult than intensity. If you kind of think about this analogy where would you rather do like one super brutal hard workout, or would you rather do 5, boring, easy runs for a matter of 3 months? And I would probably say most people would take that one really hard workout, that intense workout where, yeah, it probably sucks just in that short period of time, but you get it done with, right? But those 3 months of consistent training, 5 days a week, that, while it might seem like, yeah, those are easy days, like I can get it done, that's a lot of time, that's a lot of effort, that's a lot of mental effort where you're like, I have to put this much time in, I have to put effort in, day out, basically, for an extended period of time. And especially at the start, you're thinking to yourself, holy crap, that's a lot that I have to do. And that is what, a lot of people get scared of. So even just like the boring, mundane days where it doesn't include something crazy or intense, those are the days that really matter. And those are the days that over time can build up and become pretty mentally straining on yourself. And it's not the one-off workout that's really, really hard, but it's the culmination of all of these easier days that make it pretty mentally challenging. So I guess with that, kind of find a way to make it into your daily routine and make it something that doesn't feel as mentally straining. That might be, of course, tougher if you are just starting out, but after you do it for a few weeks, a few months, it will become a lot easier. And I have definitely noticed that after running for 9 or 10 months at this point. So for me, I think now I'm at a really, really good spot, especially physically, where, like I just said, I have been running really consistently for 10 months. So my body is used to putting on, 30 to 40 miles a week consistently at this point. So the physicality of things really isn't that big of a challenge for me. The paces in my workouts, yes, they're hard, but I'm not completely, discombobulated after a run. I can still go on with my day. But that mental side of things where, yes, I do have my strong routines and regiments, and that makes it easier. But at the same time, I also have that goal of going sub 130 where, yes, it is fully, internal. I don't care what other people think about it. I don't care about hitting it for other people, but I want to hit it for myself. I want to prove to myself that I can do it through this training. And shoot, I guess it's not even about hitting that goal, because I would be totally fine if I put in the effort. It's more so the mental side of things. Like, did I put in enough effort today? And will that pay off over the long run? Am I doing enough day in, day out, each of these weeks? I know I'm still hitting these workouts, but there's like this small side of me where if I like screw up here or there, it'll have like, a repercussive outcome later on in the prep. But yeah, it's kind of like finding that balance where you got to give yourself a little grace. It's okay to, miss a day. It's okay to miss a single workout. It's okay to, run just a little bit less on that run if you're feeling really crappy, or if you need to go and do something really quickly and you don't have enough time. So it's hard finding that balance where you really, really want to put your time and effort and energy into this one thing. But if it kind of like takes away from some of the other parts of life, it's tough. So I'm still finding that mental balance. I'm sure you guys are too. But yeah, we'll kind of see where that ends up with this prep. And to close things off, just kind of leave you guys with a few things to think about. Of course, like I said, usually for most people, the mental side of running or a lot of things in life will be the hardest part, not just the physical. You'll kind of learn that over time. It's not going to be that one tempo run. It's not going to be that one long run. It's not going to be that one event at work, that one discussion with a friend, family member, partner. It's going to be just putting in the time and the effort every single day. It's going to be lacing up your shoes every single day when you don't want to. Those are really the moments that matter, and those are the moments that are going to dictate whether you reach the place that you want to be at. So yeah, that kind of wraps everything up today. I hope you guys enjoyed the tea talk. My tea is now cold at this point, so I think that's a good sign. I don't know why. Maybe I talk too much, but that's okay. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will catch you right after this. We got an interval run today, so I'll see you guys out there. Yo, yo, yo. What is good, everybody? We have made it out to the trail. We got our interval run today. So we got the Adidas Adizero Evo SLs on feet. I really like these shoes. Sorry, I have to be honest, Again, Adidas, if you want to send me a few pairs, I'll be here. I think a lot of people think these shoes are overhyped, but I've really enjoyed them. They're pretty affordable if you compare them to other shoes that can kind of do everything. They're $150, which is a lot of money, but at the same time, you can do easy runs in them, long runs, tempo runs. You could even race in them if you wanted to. And they look sexy AF, so I've had no complaints so far. I obviously have two pairs because I enjoy them that much. But yeah, gonna be rocking these today. We have our interval workout. I'll put it up on the screen when I'm talking about it, but it is a 800-meter workout. We've got also if there's construction, hopefully the mic doesn't pick it up too much, but we got a mile warm-up with a little bit of rest, and then we go into 9 sets of 800-meter repeats at a 6:20 per mile pace, pretty fast, and then another mile cool down. So a pretty simple, basic workout today, but I kind of like those. I know what to expect. I got to hit the same paces every time. So I don't think I've done one of these in the prep so far. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, that's the workout today. It's actually pretty ideal weather. It's not really windy at all for the first time in a while. Not rainy. So should be a good one out there today. I'll try to get some recording of me running, but it's not the easiest when you're going, that fast. I'm just kidding. It's not that fast. But if it is fast for you, it's fast. You know what I'm saying? I'm just digging myself into a hole here. Whatever. Okay, let's go warm up. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of liking this baggy pant running outfit. Obviously completely impractical for most any sort of run, but it's kind of a vibe, little retro, little throwback. Who's gonna stop me if I go on this interval workout in a hoodie and sweatpants? Nobody's gonna stop me except for myself. Okay, we're warm, people. Let's get out there. Oh wait, just act like I'm about to head on my run, clicking the watch. See you guys. Oh, hello there. We are out on the trail doing our 1 mile warm-up. Feeling good,
feeling fresh. Not too mentally draining today. Funny enough, for the video topic, I was actually pretty excited to get out here today. But some days it sucks, I'll tell you that much. We got the monochrome outfit on. White shoes, white socks, black shorts, black shirt, white hat. Yeah, I'm not the most colorful clothing wearer, but that's okay. It goes with everything. I'll try to, film some stuff, maybe in between each of the reps, but I don't know, I might have to lock in. We'll see. So, hopefully this run goes well. Let's do it. Whew. Okay, rep 1 done. I feel like that's always the hardest because my legs aren't warmed up, so got that out of the way. Should be a little bit smoother sailing from here on out. Whew, so we'll see. All right, that's rep 3 done. I'm not gonna lie, these things are getting kind of hard. Pray for me. All right, that's rep 5. Just over halfway done. Feeling good. The start of the rep is really good, and then I can feel my legs getting a little heavy and tired, but hitting the paces, if not better. So we keep moving. Whew. All right, that's 7 done. 2 to go. Whew. Lock in. It's that mentality, baby. All right, let's get it. Okay, we did it, people. Ooh, that is 9 reps at 800 meters done at 620 or below. Oh, that was tough. All right, it's time to cool down, head back to the car. Talk to you guys there.
Oh, good golly. All right, people, we made it back to the car alive. That's always a good sign. Run done, 7.15 miles, 1 hour, 1 minute, 36 seconds, 8:37 average pace. I'll also put the 800 meter splits up on the screen somewhere so you guys can look at that. From what I remember, I think all of them were pretty smack dab on pace. If not even, I think that last rep was a little bit faster even. So yeah, good workout. Really tough, really challenging, but in a good way. It didn't feel like it was beyond me to complete it. It was just like a mental battle. So I guess, speaking of the topic, today was a really good example of that, because I did really have to fight hard for that one, and I wasn't having any physical limitations. Like, yeah, my legs are heavy and I have a little bit of a sore throat, but those are kind of negligible, you know? So it was totally mental, especially those last few reps. So really happy that we were able to finish that. And yeah, I think that kind of wraps up everything for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have stuck around, what else? Oh, kind of funny story, but someone from my last video or short, I can't remember, they commented that they came from a Kofuzi video or channel or thread. Kofuzi's like a really OG running YouTuber who I have watched before in the past. So I went on to, I had to like download Threads because I don't really use Instagram that much. I downloaded Threads, went to it, and he literally made a post about one of my videos and a comment I made in a video, in a good way. Like, he was supportive of it. So shout out to Kofuzi, I guess. Shout out to that commenter who reached out to me about it. But that's kind of funny, that he just took like a screenshot of my video and put it on his Threads. So I asked if he wanted to run in Seattle, reach out to me. So that would be pretty cool. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, and then almost at 2,000 subscribers, people. That's pretty dang cool. So if you haven't already, please subscribe. We're almost at 2K. Keep going. And yeah, if you made it this far, thank you again so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. As always, follow my Strava down below. I still have that 2-week free trial of Runna if you want to use that too. You won't get charged. It's free, people. You might as well try it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys this weekend, actually, probably, because I have a practice like half marathon, as in it's 13.1 miles, but we have like sections at the pace that I plan to run at, which is like 6:55, 6:50. So that is that's gonna be something, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.